Hallo, welkom bij de On The Range podcast met Hogg Tactical en Kelley Defense. Hier zijn je gastheren, Rick Hogg en Mark Kelley.
On The Range podcast. On The Range.
Hello, everyone, and welcome into the show. Thank you for making us part of your day. Whether you are watching or listening, please do us a favor and hit those subscribe, follow buttons, and those notifications so that you don't miss anything. Today, we are going to talk about, and I'm going to defend some members of CNN. Hard to believe, but I'm going to do it. Do us a favor while you are perusing the interwebs, go out and check out the websites, kelleydefense.com, warhog.com. Make sure you subscribe to those newsletters and check out the OTR crew membership. It's on the websites. All you got to do is hit the join. You get 2 free weeks trial, and you get bonus content, plus all of our training videos are on the Patreon crew membership page. So make sure you go check that out. Yep, we're going to talk about CNN. I'm going to defend Chris Licht, the CEO, the head man, the head cheese over at CNN. I'm going to defend him a little bit. I'm also going to shout out to Jake Tapper. Jake Tapper, when this whole business about the Trump town hall came up, and the folks on the left in the media, especially, even some of their own folks like Anderson Cooper, went nuts. We've talked about Keith Oberlin. He's got his own podcast. He's been kicked off all the major networks. He got on there with a big time rant talking about how the CEO needs to be fired, that they're pandering to Trump. They're packing the town hall with all his supporters. Of course, it's a primary group. It's a group that's going to be voting in the primary for the Republican Party. Of course, it's going to be. That's how they're always set up. But anyway, not only that, am I going to defend Chris Licht, I'm also going to explain, this is something astounding to me that Clay Travis and Buck Sexton uncovered. That's what really spurred this show today. Why they were so angry. And they have a right to be, or they should be. They should be. So we're going to start with that a little bit. But anyway, what's going on is all these journalists, including ones of members of CNN, they are giving Chris Licht a huge problem. Busting his chops, saying they should have never platformed him, never let him on the network. Now, I'm going to back him up. Their ratings are terrible. They are number 4 now. Newsmax is above them. So it's Fox, MSNBC, Newsmax, and then CNN. Their numbers are abysmal. The talent is not doing it. Now, they made some fires. Brian Stelter, got rid of him, or Stelter, got rid of him. That we're always talking about Don Lemon, got rid of him. They did a lot. Don Lemon even got kicked off of MSNBC, but that's another story. So these journalists are really upset. And I'm going to show you a video that Buck Sexton and Clay Travis put on. So let's go ahead and fire that bad boy up. And you're going to see exactly what I'm talking about. I'm going to point out a few things. This here is a journalist named Kristan Amapour. And she is speaking at the Columbia Journalism School.
I understand that the town hall a week ago was for many an earthquake. Before I came here today, I met with CNN CEO Chris Licht at our New York headquarters, and he said the same thing, that it was an earthquake. My management believes they did the right thing, a service to the American people. I still respectfully disagree with allowing Donald Trump to appear in that particular format. We know Trump and his tendencies. Everyone does. He just seizes the stage and dominates, no matter how much flack the moderator tries to aim. Work. For me, I would have dropped the mic at nasty person.
So there it is. There it is, out of her own mouth. The way she acts, the way she sounds, I can tell you right now, I would not like this person, or at least their views. I can't say that. Never met her. But can you imagine what she's saying, being told to journalism students at the Columbia Journalism School? She's saying, we can't put him on this type of format, this platform and format. He's too good. He steals the show. So think about that. So if you're Chris Licht, you have terrible ratings. Terrible ratings. Your ratings were never better other than the time that Donald Trump was in office. You ran pretty much a bash Donald Trump 24/7 campaign on your network. Then when he left, it was over. Your talent stinks and your ratings dropped. Now you're number 4 behind Newsmax, which is an internet newspaper. They've got some video shows and some audio, but nowhere near like a CNN, nowhere near the production or the budget. And they're getting beat by them because they're terrible. So you're Chris Licht. You got to do something. If you have any chance of building your brand back to being a legitimate news agency where people on both sides of the aisle are going to come to your show and consume your content, you have to have the number 1 contender for the primary for the Republican Party, Donald Trump. You got to have him on your platform, your show, your network. You got to have him on. If you're going to have any kind of symbolism of a reputable news agency, you have to. Besides that, his numbers weren't all that great, but they were better for them than they've been in a long time when he was on there.
On the range.
So she is basically saying to journalism students at the Columbia Journalism School, yeah, we shouldn't be doing this, and you shouldn't do this either. You shouldn't put someone on there that you disagree with if they're too good. Get better then. Get a moderator that's better. Now, Donald Trump is good. People can't keep their eyes off of him, and he murdered it. He killed it. He was great. He had that crowd eating out of the palm of his hand. And Caitlin Cooper, I think is her name, didn't have anything for him. Didn't have anything for him. That was a tough spot for her. But you know what? She put on her big girl pants and she went out there. But that's what we're talking about. So again, Jake Tapper gets on there when the report came out for the Durham report, and he basically said, hey, look, yeah, this may not be everything that the right side of the aisle wanted it to be with the prosecution or anything out, but it was damning. It vindicated Donald Trump and looks horrible for the FBI and the Obama administration. He said that. So hats off to him. Then you have other people on the network that are going absolutely backwards. Absolutely backwards. It just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense, but it paints a very clear picture. Paints a very clear picture that they don't have any answer for Donald Trump. And here's another thing. And this isn't a I love Donald Trump kind of stuff. This is what the media has become. They're not journalists. They're activists. They're in the pockets of the Democratic Party.
On the range.
So think about it now. So now, the January 6th stuff just doesn't look as bad anymore because of Tucker Carlson and his coverage. Even though we got a bunch of idiots going through doing things they shouldn't have. Then you have the laptop coming out saying that it's true, and everybody knew that. Now that's coming out. Then it's coming out the Durham report that the Russian collusion was all fake. Now that's coming out. And then the last thing, all these charges and these cases that are going against Donald Trump, they're not even criminal or civil. It's an absolute disaster for them, and they know it if you are wanting the Democrats to stay in the White House. They got to come up with something. So they tried to do this town hall to boost their ratings. I think it was a good move by CNN.
On the range.
Thank you for joining On the Range podcast. Don't forget to subscribe, like, sign up for notifications, either on the video or audio shows. And make sure you swing by our websites, warhog.com and kelleydefense.com. There, you can join the OTR crew, get exclusive training videos, bonus content, and interaction with Rick and I. So go to warhog.com and kelleydefense.com and become an OTR crew member today.
On the Range Podcast.